Hello and good morning to everyone, and thank you for joining for our Malaysia Digital Summit pre-show. My name is Callie, the conference producer at W.Media, and I'll also be your host for today's events. So today we'll be traveling virtually through Malaysia to explore all the nooks and crannies of the country's cloud and data center economies. I'll give a broader introduction of the agenda and speakers in a little bit, but I'm going to start today's events with a short interview. I'll be speaking with JS Wong from TalariaX. He is the founder and CEO of the company who has guided TalariaX to become one of the key notification management platforms for IT and data centers in Singapore, Malaysia, and the wider region. I'm excited to get his thoughts on Malaysia's digital economy and to start things off. All right. JS, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning. It's great to have you with us. So let's just dip our toes into the digital economy of Malaysia a little bit and get your insights. What do you think the benchmarks or characteristics are when determining whether an enterprise has digitally optimized?
Well, I think the first thing to look at a company to assess whether they are digital optimized is to look at whether are they digital ready, right? So what we term as digital readiness. I think in every organization there are processes. Let's look. We need to look at the processes and the customer touch points. Ideally, information needs to flow freely and integrated to all different processes in the organization. So hence, we need to look at how a company capture, process, and utilize the information for their business advantage. This includes transaction flow, touch points, how they engage customers, and also by looking at the different areas, right? How they are actually working with different parts of the organization to meet the needs of their customers.
Yeah, and I understand that there are a lot of different areas in which you need to digitally optimize, and obviously you guys focus on the messaging aspect of it. How can omni-channel messaging specifically help businesses grow in Malaysia?
I think this is a very interesting question, right? Well, I think if you look at communications for the organization point of view, it's traditionally we look at each communication channel in silos. For example, your phone, your email, your fax, and your different kind of ways that you talk to your customers. But in today's world, things has changed, right? In the past, right, customer are not able to communicate with you wherever they are. But today, customers do not have the different channels in silos, but they can talk to companies at any time, anywhere. I think the key drivers here is the mobile phone. And mobile phone can do so many things in just one gadget. So in this case, the omni-channel approach is not a choice, but it's a must for every company. So I think companies look at how to use omni-channel messaging, and those who can use this well with a great advantage over their competitors, whether in terms of customer engagement or their operations. This will definitely differentiate themselves because it allows them to grow and compete unfairly, of course, to the advantage, right, in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely be getting into that a little bit more later on. But let's switch topics a little bit and talk about the actual product offerings. I know that as a company, you offer both on-premise and cloud products. Do you believe that there will be a cloud exclusive future in Malaysia, or will there always be advantages for companies keeping on-premise servers?
Well, this is an interesting topic because in every conference, I presume that there's always this debate between on-prem and cloud. I think for us is that we believe the world will be segregated into three sections. You have the on-prem, you have the cloud, or on the other one, the spectrum, and of course, in the middle, you have the hybrid. But I think if you look at it in other industry, it's very similar to our transportation industry, where we have taxi, we have car rental, and the car owners. So all this will for us as a company, for TalariaX, our solutions basically able to fit in all three scenarios. We believe messaging is very important, regardless of what is your chosen technical architecture. So we have SendQuick today for on-premise, for customers who say that, well, I have a lot of security concern where I'm not able to connect to the cloud or to the internet. But on the other spectrum, we have purely cloud solutions, where customers say, well, I'm exclusively on cloud. Can I run it on cloud? And of course, in the middle, we have the virtual machines or the VM for the hybrid.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of something for everyone. And what do you think, just to finish up here, what do you think you would say to companies in Malaysia who haven't yet invested in a secure notification platform like TalariaX and your SendClick products?
I think companies have to recognize that, especially this COVID-19 has shown to everyone that they need to differentiate, and the comparative differentiation today is very, very narrow. Right? It's almost like F1 race, right? It's down to really the milliseconds, and these milliseconds can differentiate between you and your competitor. So today, in all businesses and for all companies, you need to be good in everything. Right? Whether it's internal processes or customer facing, or even how you handle incidents. It's no longer just that there's no more luxury that you say, I'm good in one thing, the other part is okay, so is fine. Unfortunately, that thought process or that era is gone. Today, we need to be very good, or if not excellent, in every single area. We look at everything in totality. So in this aspect of things, where you may not be paying too much attention, is in the notification. So a good notification system can differentiate you from your competitor because it reflects how you manage and respond to your infrastructure issues. I think we can conclude that from this COVID-19 experience, the infrastructure plays a very important role, if not greater role, for all companies. Right? Cloud is important, IT is important, everything's gone online for your transaction, for your commerce. So it's very important for companies to pay attention to it, and notification for infrastructure is very critical, if not crucial, for all companies. I think this will lead to how your customers' decision whether to buy from you or your competitor. I think this is something that companies need to be aware and put emphasis on these areas that become the blind spot in the organization.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it sounds like you guys are the right company for the moment, and I know we're going to do a sort of deeper dive into the fallout of COVID-19 and what that means for the cloud economy in Malaysia. But I just want to say thank you again to JS Wong for joining us early for this interview, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm sure we'll have you back again soon to explore more about TalariaX and the SendQuick notification platform. Thank you.
Thank you.